Hi everybody, Randy Wakeman here. Let me try to stay out in the sun. Today we're taking a look at the Mossberg SA-410. Gas operated 410 bore is a Turkey model. I've installed a True Lock choke, 385 exit diameter True Lock. True Lock's the best choke you can get based on quality materials, quality control. I've had tremendous luck with True Lock. Actually, one of the weak links of shotguns in general, particularly the economical models, are the choke tubes. Choke tubes that are out of round, are mismarked, and are poorly machined. Anyway, this is a fad. Turkey hunting with a 410 bore. It's a fad that'll probably last for the next 50 years because these are fun little guns. Now, as you can see, we've got a very bright ghost ring sight on the rib in orange and green at the muzzle. This gun is made by Armson. For the money, about the best gas operated gun going for an economical gas gun. So it's 410 bore and gas operated, so I don't expect much at all in the way of recoil. One of the things that makes it fun. So the problems with Armson guns, no big problems. Let me grab my trigger gauge. As you can see, the trigger is a far heavier brake than the weight of the entire gun. We can jiggle it up and down. Still doesn't break, still doesn't break. There, it finally goes. So, how heavy is that trigger? Let's see what the lineman gauge says. £5 10 ounces. 5 pounds 9.6 ounces. So your turkey hunting, really, most people would want a rifle quality trigger, and 3.5 to 4 pounds and crisp. So this is a heavy trigger. Dave at Precision Sports in Oshkosh, Wisconsin can do a great job on these, as well as Benelli's and most of the guns out there with substandard triggers. I want a nice crisp trigger. I don't want to pull through a bunch of sludge and with all kinds of take-up to get where I want to be. Heavy trigger to be expected with Armson guns, the Mossberg SA-20, SA-28, and now the SA-410. All heavy triggers. So, we're going to test a couple variety of turkey loads. We've got Federal. They're both 1,100 feet per second. They're both number 9 tungsten super shot, and they're both 13/16 of an ounce. So we've got Federals and Browning. So we'll test the two. It's certainly not an extensive, exhaustive test. Most tungsten super shot loads are pretty good. I've tested Apex in the past, and the Apex loads have been phenomenal. So let's see what you can get with just 13/16 ounces shot. I've got a cardboard turkey sight set up at 35 yards, laser verified. So we'll zoom in and see if Mossberg and Armson have the sights on correctly. I should mention, in addition to the ghost ring sights, there is a pick rail that you can screw on if you want to use a red dot or a scope, whatever you want. But the way it comes right out of the box is the ghost ring setup, which I like. It's real easy for the human eye to find the center of a circle. That's intuitive. So I'm going to start out with the Browning load. You can see this has a fold crimp on the top. A lot of them have roll crimps, but this has a fold crimp. Does it chamber? It does. I have no idea if it'll eject, but we'll see. And we'll zoom in a little bit. So try to give you an idea of all the dinky little pellets hitting the paper. This will be shot number 1 with the Browning 410 bore, number 9, 13/16 ounce tungsten super shot. So that was it. Let me go down and take a look. Well, as you can see, although we've got good pattern density down here, obviously, unacceptably low and to the left. This is the area I wanted, base of the neck. And I'm not even close at 35 yards. So I don't see that there's any easy way to adjust the ghost ring sights. Maybe it's the ammo. So this was with the Browning ammo. Now we'll try the Federal, which does have a roll crimp. And we'll try the same thing, same gun, same distance, same nut behind the butt, all that, and see if it's any better. Well, good grief. What a difference a shell makes. So you see the Browning way low and to the left, and hopefully you can see the other side of the target, but all the pellet density is down here, way low, way to the left. Same conditions, same gun. Now with the Federal, well, we've got ourselves a dead turkey. There's no question about that. So one shell I would hunt with, and the Browning absolutely not. But it's still a little lower than I would like. I'd like to move the bulk of this up 2 or 3 inches. And I don't know if there's an easy way to do that without going with an optic. But you can see the pattern density is tremendous. So, based on this little test, I certainly wouldn't assume that the Mossberg SA-410 throws patterns on your target at 35 yards. Obviously it doesn't, certainly not with all ammo. But this for a little 410, that's tremendous. And there's no question, that's dead turkey. So, there are a lot of different loads to try, but based on one incident reporting this one little test, Federal beats the pants off the Browning loads. So I would probably scope, get a little 2-power optic or a red dot so I can fine tune it right where I want. 1.5, 2 power is pretty darn good for turkey hunting inside 40 yards, which is what you can expect spring turkey hunting. If your blind's 15 to 17, 18 yards away from your decoys, call them in. I've never taken a shot beyond, I think, 38 yards, I think was my longest shot, and that's because I was impatient. Didn't wait my gobbler to come into the decoys. So, it ejected too, and some 410 bores can be fussy. This is an economical gun. As mentioned before, the pick rail comes with it, so you can just install it, pop on any optic that you want. Nothing sophisticated about the recoil pad, vented pad, but a gas operated 410, I mean, it's just really, really fun to shoot. So that's just eyeballing it, maybe Well, I see a little windage, but I don't see an easy way to change the elevation. Can always shim, but I don't like that. But your gun may be different. Maybe your gun pops it right where it wants, but I would not assume that. But I do like the ghost ring setup. It's just throws things a little too low for my taste at 35 yards. Now, if you're in an area where you typically take your birds at 20, 25 yards, it's not going to be an issue for you. But anyway, good looking gun, obviously light, obviously no recoil. If this is going to be a dedicated turkey gun, probably want to have Dave at Precision Sports take care of the trigger. But there's not much not to like. Like I said, we always hope for perfection on factory sites, but in this case, the brand of ammo made a huge difference. So I would hunt with it right now. Anyway, this is made by Armsan in Turkey, imported by Mossberg, and they sold a ton of these. And for the money, if you're trying to contain the beast, for a gas gun, hard to beat an Armsan, really. I mean, there are others out there, but this is pretty much the go-to. So that's it. If you want to hunt with a 410, this is a good choice. One way or another, depending on the ammo, you may be set. Maybe add an optic. Definitely, you're going to want to go with a True Lock choke. Just there's no comparison between this and factory tubes, not at all. So that's it. Quick look at the Mossberg SA-410.